listening to the Dudes Beer Talk Podcast, a deeper look into the psyches of dudes who have opinions on stuff and things. And they also like beer. Dudes Beer Talk.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, dude.
Finally. Oh,
Friday.
Man, yeah, totally, dude.
Been waiting all week, dude.
Oh, it's been one of them long weeks, and now we get to drink. Yay!
Totally. That's a pretty awesome, and I'm looking forward to it.
That's right. Yeah,
and here's the thing, folks. Hello, welcome to another episode of Dudes Beer Talk. I'm your host, Scott.
I'm the other host, Kevin.
Yeah, and here's the thing. We're here to regale you with our, brilliant minds and also drink beer. Tonight, I think it's going to be less regaling you with our brilliant minds, since we don't know what we're going to talk about on this episode yet.
That's okay. We can vamp because we're enlightened.
Right.
Yeah,
we're enlightened.
Yeah.
So why don't I start off with the beer?
Okay, you start off with the beer.
No, you start off with the beer.
Okay, no, I start. I start off the beer.
I will augment what he says with the beer.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to drink a lovely beverage from Anderson Valley.
Where is Anderson Valley,
Boonville, California. Am I reading that right? I need glasses over here.
I
Winter Solstice Seasonal Ale.
Now, we don't usually do ales. I decided to do this because I had to get the taste of stout out of my mouth so we could try another stout on the next episode, which is going to happen in about half an hour.
That's right.
So why don't we crack this open and see what's up, dude?
Yeah, I really like the cover. You got a bear with horns drinking water in the, in the mountains there. It's
smells all right.
Whoopsie. It's majestic.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, I like this.
I like it a lot.
Okay, so this is an anomaly, people, because Anderson Valley,
really
by the way,
good.
Generally, we don't drink the lighter beers. We drink the stouts, but I figured we had gotten so far into our stout drinking that we weren't giving everybody else a fair shake. And I decided the Winter Solstice Seasonal Ale sounded very interesting, and I wanted to give it a try. So here we are, and I really like it.
It has cinnamon, black currant. Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
Black licorice. This is really quite good. This is not what I expected to taste like at all. I was expecting to be kind of hoppy.
Allspice.
Yeah.
Black licorice, yeah. Pleasantly creamy with a silky body, sweet caramel flavor, and hints of seasonal spices, and a clean malty finish. It's not hoppy. I love it.
I might have to drink 4 or 5 of these.
These are really good.
These are really good. Yeah, good pick.
Cheers.
Cheers. Right on.
So we were kind of at a loss of what to talk about tonight, so I realized, I'm thinking about my surroundings, and I've been watching a fair amount of YouTube, and my kid has watched a fair amount of YouTube. Yeah, well, that's what we're going to do here.
All right, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think what Kevin is saying before I launch into my
diatribe.
We're going to go ahead and introduce our producer for the evening.
Okay, well, a lot of you know, let me rewind a little bit. You know the movie Terminator? Well, there's this computer system called Skynet, and Skynet was artificial intelligence that ended up taking over the world and blowing up the whole planet and all that kind of stuff. Well, a lot of people don't realize that the United States actually initiated such a computer program, such a situation for our military about 5-6 years ago. Obama, actually signed the bill to do that.
Yeah, absolutely, Obama.
And so anyway, we had to get rid of the orphan. She kind of sucked, and we had to kill off the 3-legged mule, and the app failed, and
it did.
So we had all these problems, right? And so what we were thinking is what could be a better producer than a computer system designed to defend a nation? So we went to the U.S. government and said, "Hey, can we buy your military program?" And they politely told us to fuck off, and so we went to some slightly less reputable nations to get their program. And so anyway, MOYA stands for the Military Operations Yugoslavia edition, and it cost us what is it, $13?
$13.
Fucking deal, dude. Fucking deal. So anyway, so we have artificial intelligence. MOYA was designed to launch nuclear missiles and show submarines and stuff like that where to go, but it's Yugoslavia, so it kind of I
mean, this is the home of the Yugo, man. Those fucking things.
Yugo.
You remember the Yugo?
The fucking Yugo sucked.
God.
Sucked. A good producer, right? So want to say hi, Moya?
Hello.
See, that's the one thing. It's good. That voice sounds very real.
It really does.
Yeah. When we first listened, it was hello.
That's
So
just more like hello.
It had a Yugoslavian accent. You can think of a sloppy computer from the 80s with a Yugoslavian accent. So anyway, that's our producer.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So
basically what I was saying is I'm having like fits of nostalgia living where I'm living right now and enjoying living in the mountains and kind of getting away from everything in the valley that is below us.
Love the trees.
But the thing is, I'm never going to get away from because I have a kiddo here who loves to watch YouTube. And I'm thinking, you know what? Fuck, dude. I don't think that kids could live these days in like civilized society without, using every reference that they have in their real lives about YouTube. I mean, everything my kid does is referenceable back to YouTube. Let me talk to you about, Troye Sivan, or let me talk to you about Zoe Sugg, or let me talk to you about all of these people that, are making senseless freaking shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
And basically, that's what we get. That's kids these days. So I'm thinking, you know what? Since we live in the mountains, I'm considering going off the grid. And I'm wondering, if we were to go off the grid, what would happen to society, and could kids deal with it without going like lemmings off of a fucking cliff?
All right, well, you know how heroin addicts, they get the shakes and they sweat and some of them even die and shit? Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's pretty much what would happen to the kids. The thing about YouTube, it's amazing to people, our age, but you can find instructions on everything. You have a super rare model of car or whatever, and it'll show you how to remove the spark plugs and shit. It's amazing, but back in my day, you had to figure everything out on your own. You actually had to go to the mechanic and shit. Right. These days, anything you can find instruction immediately on YouTube, yes. And so it's a very, very different world, So and some people really lean on it. Well, kids. Really, really, really.
But we'll go back to kids for a second. But here's what the thing is. I'll admit there are things on YouTube that I like watching. One of them is Granny Potty Mouth. She's like this 72-year-old woman who goes on and she does
these dirty cocksuckers.
No, it's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker intertubers. I'm Granny Potty Mouth, and today I'm going to show you assholes how to make macaroni and cheese. And she's fucking awesome. So Granny Potty Mouth, good to you.
Yay! I like watching videos about aliens and shit.
Yeah, okay, so there are
civilizations,
But the thing is, dude, everything I see that kids are watching is like a bad fucking influence. I'm not really that old. We're not so old that we can't remember.
Man, wow.
Well, we can't. It's not like we can't remember being kids and shit. But dude, okay,
I remember being a kid.
Look at what the YouTube. Yeah, that's me old. Look at what
damn YouTube.
Look at what it did for us.
YouTube. These kids these days.
What about these challenges? So a couple of years ago, or about 4 or 5 years ago, one of the challenges was the cinnamon challenge. Have you heard about this?
No.
Dude,
no.
Okay, so it's like kids will take a teaspoon or a tablespoon of cinnamon
and snort it.
Well, no, they'll put it in their mouths and they'll try to swallow it. So first of all, do you know anything about cinnamon in terms of how...
I would not put it in my mouth and try to swallow it.
You cannot have enough saliva to digest it. It's not digestible. It's a freaking tree bark. So basically, when people did that, they put it in their mouths, they were automatically overcome with the dry and the powder on their tongue because there's not enough saliva to keep that powder down. So basically, any inhalation, including through their nose, would send cinnamon soaring down their lungs, which would then cause problems like infections and whatnot, or choking or gasping for air because the cinnamon had blocked their fucking airways. And then every bunch of, all these kids thought this was a great fucking idea.
Kids, play strip poker instead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? my oldest kid, she tried that. I remember watching it and I was totally confused before I'd even read anything about this. And the youngest kid tried it too, and it was just like, oh no, she didn't try it. So, I was wrong.
Why are you talking to my Yugoslavian program?
I'm sorry. I'm not used to it.
We're going to have to crank that thing back up in a little bit. That thing's old,
Does the Yugoslavian program have something to say?
Yeah.
Say something Yugoslavian program in a louder voice.
Emily did it too, and I have a video of it.
Okay, so
that makes it okay.
That makes it okay. So here's the funny part about Emily. Emily is actually a sister computer program that was generated by the Russian Federation, and basically they formed kind of a bond.
She was Polish.
Oh, maybe she was. But
it's a freaking Polak.
Emily and Moya formed a weird computational bond that somehow was able to try the cinnamon challenge. So basically, while Moya watched on and Emily gasped for breath, for computer breath with this cinnamon,
she laughed hysterically and pointed as she died.
Right.
Nice.
But that's the thing. So,
what a good military program should do. Yes.
And then what other challenges? Even now. So here's the funny part. There's new challenge. Oh my God! Did you hear about this? Kids, if you're watching this, stop, turn the fucking computer off, and go freaking do something else.
Soccer. Strip poker.
Yes. Drugs. Do something else.
Do street drugs. Not these prescription drugs. Do street drugs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go have unprotected sex. You want to know why? It's more safe than the freaking intertubes.
It's a lot more fun.
Yeah. But the thing is, here's the new thing.
The new thing.
About 2 or 3 weeks ago, a news story for the newest challenge came out, and it's called Tide Pods. You know what a Tide Pod is?
No.
Dude.
No.
A Tide Pod is a freaking self-contained in like a glycerin sheath of Tide and a bunch of freaking industrial.
Oh, that! No, I
shit.
do know about this. Yeah.
Okay, so these,
I did know.
Idiots! I'm telling you, you're idiots.
I have to agree with Scott on this one. This is pretty fucking stupid. Yeah.
Kids are what are they doing? They're putting it in their mouths and they're swallowing it. They're swallowing these fucking Tide Pods.
Yes,
Why?
that doesn't make any sense to me. So, like, when I was in high school, when I was a kid and stuff we would go out, we would go have fun, maybe we'd go drinking, maybe there was a little bit of OAB involved, stuff like that, we go to concerts, we pick up musical instruments, we did shit like that, we go out, try to, pick up on girls, and, things like that, but you never caught me eating soap. Actually, traditionally that's something that parents do to their kids when they swear too much. They make them eat soap.
But this isn't even soap. It's like industrial solvents and bleach.
Yeah.
And kids are swallowing these things, and it's super bad for you. It kills you. It's like, hello, let's go drink some antifreeze. Because you know what? What the fuck? Why do we have to live? And you know what? I kind of agree, because if you're stupid enough to eat a Tide Pod...
Hey man, there's 7.5 billion people on the planet.
That's
it's too many people. Some die off somehow,
But to go back to my original point, I'm shunning all of these things. I'm so sick of YouTube. I'm so sick of the influence YouTube has on kids these days, and so sick of the influence YouTube has on adults these days, when making them do stupid shit because people are so impressionable. Now, I think that the whole internet should shut down, and everybody should go to a mountain area and walk through the mountains, lay on the ground, lay on the floor, look up at the sky and go, wow, this is fucking amazing.
I'm having a second beer.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
It's because it's so goddamn good. But I totally agree with you. I mean, I don't think we should completely lose the internet or anything like that, but I think everybody should take a time out, wait a minute. This is fantasy land, this is E-land, this is E-world, and technology is doing us a lot of good, but we're missing out on actual reality. And you go out into nature and you're actually seeing things that are actually reality. This is actually real.
Right.
This is actual creation. This is not a synthetic simulation.
Yeah.
And I think that people are really losing touch with reality, with how little they're actually touching reality by spending so much time in electronic land.
Yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And living in the mountains, it does do two things. One, you're going to drink more, and then second of all, you can get a little bit of feel of what's really real in this universe.
But I've been guilty of spending way too much time in the house. I rarely go outside now, but because I'm always working or I'm doing some kind of project. But I like to go outside and I like to be away from my phone. I like to drop the YouTube. I like to drop all of these stupid other things that I could be paying attention to that take my attention away from everything else around me that is empirical and matters. And by the way, empirical, for those of you who don't know what it means, is what you can touch and feel. And observe with your eyes. That is empirical.
Well, something, I think you touched on something, but you kind of skipped over it. Something I've noticed, I think back to when I was younger, and I would spend long amounts of time essentially doing jack shit.
Oh yeah.
So these days, it's if I sit and just watch TV for 3 hours or something like that, at the end of it, I'm just like, I'll never get those 3 hours back.
No.
And so it's like
I
keep busy with all kinds of other stuff now, and I don't know if that's part of getting older, or if I'm just realizing that at some point I will take the inevitable dirt nap, and it's just like we better do it now. But get her done. But I stay very, very busy. I have my day job, and I have my music and all these other interests, and I find that pretty much go. And then a lot of times, like even when I'm leaving work, it's like, oh, I can't wait to get out of here so I can go do the stuff I want to do.
Yes.
But I guess I do know a lot of people that they come home, they crack open a beer or whatever, and then they watch TV all night.
If you're watching us, why are you watching us? You're too young to be listening to the language that we're putting out here.
We are dirty old fucking men.
Drinking
and you should be
beers.
going out into the world, enjoying nature.
Yes.
Smoking some reefer, sneaking some alcohol, chasing some skirts.
Or penises.
Or
if
penises,
you're a
yeah,
girl.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the thing is,
Each their own.
stop with the YouTube. Stop.
Stop it. Stop it.
Go live some life. You're going to look back on your childhood and go, wow, Zoe sucked. God, she was something else. Or, wow, Troye Sivan, he was something else. Or, wow, whoever else, did a stupid shit on the internet. People, live your lives. We've been Dudes Beer Talk. You've been great.
Cheers.
This has been a presentation of the Dudes Beers Talk podcast. The views expressed by the host may not actually reflect the views of the hosts or anyone who has any legal authority or actual money to afford a lawsuit. So chill the hell out. After all, there was beer involved.